Welcome to Central Georgia Focus. I'm your host, Raymond Tubb, and this week we continue our series of interviews with all four Macon-Bibb County Commissioners who are term limited, so they're not going to be able to run for re-election in 2024. Now, back in 2012, voters approved a referendum for the consolidation of the city of Macon and Bibb County. Part of that consolidation vote included term limits for the Macon-Bibb Commission. And we are now joined by Commissioner Al Tillman of District 9. And Mr. Tillman has more than a decade of service to the area and a long list of accomplishments that we're going to be talking about over the next few minutes. But I imagine when that first term went through and those term limits and everything were in it, that the 10 years seemed like a long, long way off in the future. I bet it got here quicker than you thought.
It really has. I mean, I've been around a long time, and it's truly been a blessing and an honor to serve Macon-Bibb County and basically all of middle Georgia, because we go everywhere and we communicate with a lot of folks.
Now, you had to fight to get on the ballot back in the...
Yeah, I don't know if people really know the story that I was more of a consultant back in the day. I was paying attention to politics, but I was actually hired by Newtown Macon, then Mike Ford, who's the president of Newtown Macon, as a consultant to help promote consolidation. And so we were looking for candidates because we were trying to get new faces on the new commission. And so we couldn't find nobody for District 9, and they was like, tag, you're it. So we had to do a number of things. I actually moved out of the house, and and so the candidates fought me through the court system, through the Board of Election, and we prevailed, and we were very successful. So I tell people, if it was not for consolidation, Al Tillman never becomes a commissioner.
And you actually had a fairly simple list of promises to start with. It was get Fillmore Thomas Park built.
That's right.
And pave Log Cabin.
That was it. Those were the two things I came in office to do, and everything else has been a bonus and a plus. Helping revitalize and save the Macon Mall with a business improvement district. Henry Barnes Park, we've been able to add some funding over there and do some things. And so with the Blight Initiative and with this commission, it's just really been a true honor and a blessing to have gotten so much stuff done over in our district. From Hollingsworth Road, we just resurfaced that, paved that. We're going to be adding sidewalks to it. This community is really, really booming since consolidation. Whether you were for it or against it, it's been around over 15 years, so you may well stop talking about it. It's here, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I think people forget that we had a 5-member county commission, and then we had a 15-member city council,
that's right.
And then a mayor. You had 21 people to try to get on the same page to get something done now.
Yeah, absolutely, and so the whole idea was over 50 years, people had been trying to figure out a way to consolidate, and everybody had a plan. Everybody who was against it had a plan on how to consolidate. Everybody who was for it always had a plan. And so you had so many great folks that was trying to make it happen. And so I not only became a commissioner of the first consolidated commission, but I also became the first certified commissioner, because they did so much to try to keep me off, Raymond. So every day I woke up on a mission that we're going to get this stuff done. People had made promises about Fillmore Thomas Park for nearly 30 years. They made promises about Log Cabin Drive, really supposed to go over to North Macon side, to that mall area. But, we were just able to accomplish stuff, getting in the community, learning, because folks a lot of times didn't want you there, but man, it has truly been a blessing. Those folk that were totally against me at one point have all come back at some point and said, we just appreciate you and all the stuff that you've been able to do. So,
yeah, you got reelected, so.
We did. Got reelected 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your biggest surprise after getting into office?
Biggest surprise was probably people that don't understand politics that would still just call you names and just get upset and be mad if you're standing partnering with the mayor or a certain commission. Because see, in our community, in the African American community, somebody disagree, don't like something, they're gonna call you Uncle Tom, they're gonna call you a sellout. Well, most folks don't know, in the white community, they have their own way of getting back at their folks. They'll call them, on the white community, they'll say, oh, he's an Ian lover, or he's a trailer park trash, or whatever. So both sides has this term where they try to diminish what you've done or make you feel bad for partnering with a certain demographic or a certain race. Me, I've never been that way. My motto has always been make a friend before you need a friend, and working and partnering. And here's what I tell folks. Al Tillman didn't have to get along with the mayor or a certain commissioner, but Commissioner Tillman has to work with the mayor and Commissioner so-and-so. And so you put those things aside, Raymond, what you disagree upon, and you work on those things that you agree on, and you can get some stuff done. And that's how I've been successful, I think.
And you're actually Mayor Pro Tem from 2018 to 2021.
Yeah, I was Mayor Pro Tem 3 times. And what was interesting, I remember when I first came on, people were talking about, oh, Gary Bechtel, he's this Republican, he's gonna be tough. Man, what folks don't know is, it's always been 4 African Americans on the commission. One was trying to run against me and the other 2 didn't support me. If not for Gary Bechtel, I don't become Mayor Pro Tem. And I remember a year later coming back, and I've learned so much from Commissioner Lucas, that she was against me initially, and then she came back and spoke so highly of me and some of the successes that we'd done. And that was kind of a highlight to me. I felt like I've gone full circle. And I've learned so much from her and other commissioners. But I always remember that and tease Gary that, but not for Bechtel, I don't become Mayor Pro Tem. So it's been a great honor to serve.
We kind of touched on your certification, but that was actually through the Carl Vinson Institute through the University of Georgia. So it's a big deal. It's just like a little really tear it off a cereal box and mail it in kind of thing.
I mean, you have to go to classes, and like I said, when I first came in office, folks were fighting to keep me away, and so every day I woke up and I would ask my clerk, how do you get to the next level? And you got to go to these classes, you got to do all this stuff, and all over Georgia, and I became certified. And I remember the president of the CEO coming to Macon, and he said, it's a big deal. I want to come to Macon and present you your certification because I want to encourage other commissioners. And believe it or not, there are still commissioners today that we first served with. They all don't have their certification. And so it's important to be certified so you understand. It's just like in law enforcement. That's why they want, you get accredited through the fire department, and are you accredited through law enforcement, because you want to be certified because you've got the best person that's there and keeping up with everything that's happening in the community.
Well, we've got much more to talk about. We're going to get into some of your accomplishments over your time in office as well, and we'll have much more with Commissioner Al Tillman. The Central Georgia Focus continues. Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. I'm your host this week, Raymond Tubb, and we're joined by Macon-Bibb County Commissioner Al Tillman, who serves District 9. It's part of our series of interviews with the Macon-Bibb County Commissioners wwho are term limited and are not able to run again for their current seats, and there are 4 commissioners that are in that boat. Of course, a lot of people know you as Al Tigger Tillman, served in the military. Talk about where the nickname came from.
Tigger is, I grew up as Tiger. I was named after the Ballard Hudson Tigers, who my aunt attended that school. And so my girlfriend would come home with me from New York. She was from New York, and she talked real proper. She'd always say, Tigger, Tigger. And so my aunt started calling me Tigger, Tigger. And so when I named the business, I called it Tigger Entertainment. Now, I wish I'd have said Tiger Entertainment because Tiger Woods became so well known and famous. So that's where Tigger comes from, in Tigger Entertainment, which is what I do passionately, kind of put on the back burner as a commissioner, because I wanted people to take me serious. And I had some doubts and reservations, because this guy told me that people never gonna take you serious because you're a booking and comedy agent. And so I would just always promote what I was doing as a commissioner. And I wasn't promoting Tigger Entertainment as much because he always put that in my head about people not gonna take me serious. But we've been able to do more or we've been able to balance it out, put it like that.
Well, something you've been pushing for years was that West Macon Improvement District, for the business district around the mall and everything else. And even before the whole mall revitalization project and the amphitheater came into focus, you were on board with that. But now it appears with your background in entertainment that it all kind of ties together full circle. Yeah,
and I mean, we came on office having think about a young guy from Unionville, Booger Bell Bottom, what we called it, getting $1 million. And we all commissioners had $1 million to do what we want to improve our districts. And, you know, Raymond, I learned that, you know, whether it was family, friends, associates, nobody had dump trucks. Nobody could tear down houses that I knew. And so it was a struggle in trying to be ethically right and do what's right. That they give this young guy $1 million, and all of us survived it. None of us went to jail. And so I've got a list of accomplishments where we were able to buy the fire station over on Napier. We were able to improve the mall area and build Fillmore Thomas Park, paved log cabin drive. And so the $1 million, we outlined it and show where every penny went over the Ridge Avenue area. And so with the mall, the business improvement district, Mark Stevens coming to me, we're trying to save the mall. But who would ever think that this mayor, and I talk about my energy, that he's had so much energy, even before he became a mayor, was working behind the scenes to help save the mall. And it was dangling with us and creating that 1 penny tax for that business improvement district. Newtown and downtown, they followed our lead on it. And so the mall, what you see from the amphitheater to pickleball, we just, this past week, we did the grand opening for pickleball. By 10:15, man, it was 500-600 people there. And so what's interesting is, you know, and I received a message like the next day from somebody. It was like, oh, we see you. You're standing next to the mayor. They were like, you're selling out again. And I'm like, you know, I can advocate for young guys, gang boys, people that's got in trouble, but I can't stand next to the mayor of Macon and say, here's the largest facility in the United States, pickleball. And so that could be sad, but we're doing some great things. This community is thriving. COVID, unfortunately, we lost a lot of folks, but COVID helped bring a lot of funding to municipalities and cities. And this commission is truly, truly on the move. And if you're not on board, what you waiting on? And I always say, if you're mad, how long you gonna be mad? How long you gonna be mad?
What do you think your biggest accomplishment's going to be out of your time in office?
I think my biggest accomplishment will be, folks will say he built Fillmore Thomas Park and resurfaced log cabin.
I've shot hoops over there.
Yeah, it's the most visited park of all the parks in Macon. And so that accomplishment in making a friend for you need a friend, learning how to bring folks together, black and white, young, old, rich and poor, you know, the accomplishments are there, but what I've learned from commissioners, coming on board, Commissioner Lucas, learning so much from her and Watkins and Mallory Jones and Scotty Shepard, Mayor Rickard, so many folks that I've learned from my young consultants, man. You know, folks say, well, who you mentoring? You know, I've been mentoring the same folks, man. My son, my daughter, Jawan Jackson, who's on school board, Darius Maynard, who's with Community Foundation. Those are folks that I've been mentoring and who's been mentoring and consulting for me. Can't go on without mentioning Charles Mobley out of Atlanta, who's been my consultant, Calder Pinkston. I would not be here if it was not for some of those folks that have truly guided me and made me understand about service and serving the people. It's not about yourself. It's about serving the people unselfishly, and that's what we've tried to do. And my accomplishments will be what we know he's done, but building relationships, and I can teach that going forward.
Well, and part of service on commission, you've got your own district, but you serve Macon-Bibb County as well.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of your plans. We talked about the West Macon Improvement District, but there's talks of maybe expanding that into Bloomfield, and then you've got the mill area over in East Macon, so some other projects outside of your
all
district.
of that, what we've done all over this community, you're talking about a $300 million project that's coming to East Macon that's well needed. Things out there, the park, there's a park and stuff we own over there in South Macon that we're gonna be redeveloping. This mayor and this commission has been busy from one thing to the next. Every parts of town, the Bass Road project is happening. There's funding for that, paving roads and streets. Everything is just happening. I think consolidation has really, really made a true difference in this community. And people, if you're not on board, what you're waiting on? If you're mad, how long are you gonna be mad? You know.
You mentioned earlier too the COVID money.
Absolutely.
That was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money. This community received well over $200 million, and so you know, you can make a lot of things happen, and that's what we've been able to do, trying to reduce gun and gang violence. I think this year or last year, we cut the number in half as far as homicides. You know, we had one year with 70. I think, you know, any number of homicides is too many, but I think we may have reached 40 in 2023. So we cut that number in half, and so everybody's out there doing their part. If you're going to be out here committing crime and all that, it's not going to work in this community. If you're going to be selling drugs and doing things bad, it's not going to work in this community. We got a new amphitheater coming, nightlife is coming, and I want to be a part of it, and you can be a part of it. You just got to do right, man.
All right, well, there is life after politics. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up and some of your plans going forward. And we'll have much more. Central Georgia Focus continues. Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. I'm your host this week, Raymond Tubb, and we're talking to Macon-Bibb County Commissioner Al Tillman, one of 4 Macon-Bibb Commissioners who are term limited out and they're not able to run for re-election. But we're talking about his accomplishments over his term and also what the future may hold for you. And I know there's everybody's got all kinds of speculation with you're term limited for a commission, you're not for mayor, you're not. You could always run for the legislature or anything out there that interests you.
You know, my interest is entertainment. You know, my daughter recently graduated with a theater major degree, minor in Spanish. I've got to help her stay focused. As we move forward, you never say never, but I think we're going to be a consultant, mentor some folks, use the entertainment background to do some things that I've been unable to do. And so as we move forward, in March of this year, there's going to be a new commission that'll be qualified and taking shape. I don't like the fact that I could possibly be a lame duck. So I'll make an announcement that I'll probably be leaving the commission sooner than later. I don't think I'll stay around the entire year because ethically I want to be able to do some things and through a consultant standpoint and continue to thrive and live in the community. And I think I've served my time. And so we got to get ready for the next group of folks coming in. And so instead of staying around and being a hindrance, I think we can move on. And so on January the 14th, we're going to invite everybody out. I'll share some stuff with you, let you know what I'll be doing. I'll have conversations with the media, but I'm inviting everybody out. We'll be at the Macon Mall. I got an event that's happening, and I'll be glad to talk to the media at 4 o'clock on that day to let them know and see what we're doing going forward. But we got to get ready for 2024 in a big way. And we can't do that just sitting around waiting for things to happen. The legacy that we put in place and things that I've been a part of will last for years to come. And so we're proud of that. But as we move forward, you never say never. We can't run as a commissioner again. And so we can continue to help folks and thrive in this community and get ready for what's next.
So are you possibly stepping back from commission to focus on another office?
Yeah, all that is possible, Raymond, but right now for me it's my daughter as a new grad, things I want to do in the entertainment field. We got an opportunity, you know, we've helped with this mall. We've got so much that's coming to Macon that I'm announcing, and I just don't think that I could continue to focus and do everything that I need to do from a commission standpoint. I think it's run its course. There are people that's already announced. It's 3 or 4 people that's called me and said, I'm running for your seat. And so, you know, I don't want to be a distraction to them. And but we'll continue to guide folks and help them. But and we'll make some decisions very soon. We talked about over the holidays with the family what we're going to do. But I probably won't stay around for this entire year.
Is there anybody you'd like to see take your office?
Well, like I say, people that I've mentored over the years are the Darius Maynards and Jawan Jackson. But, you know, it's hard to say who you want to see. What you want to see is your legacy continue. Being a public servant, a great servant, and going out and getting input from the public and the people. And so the door is open for whomever is going to just continue that legacy, just serving. So, but there's no one person that I would say would be the choice of a person that succeed me. I don't have a clone because it's hard, it's tough, man, but you've got to learn this process and you've got to go and meet people where they are. You've got to get their input as you move forward.
With the foundation, the background that you've got, the experience, if hypothetically somebody waved a magic wand, you got 4 more years, where would you have focused your energies? What would you have liked to have seen accomplished if you had another 4 years on commission? Where would you like to see the commission go once you're off of it?
I'm more into entrepreneurship of small business, and we've got to be able to help those people out there that's trying to create small businesses. Small business and entrepreneurs are the backbone of this entire country. And so I think with our Small Business Affairs Office, we've got to get folks, we've got a lot of money, and minorities, veterans, and women oftentimes don't get enough of it. And so we've got to be able to teach them. And so that's a role that I would like to see going forward and play more of a role in trying to help our entrepreneurs and our business community stay afloat and understand how they can get money from the government to improve economic development, create jobs and opportunities. So that would be my focus going forward.
Is there something specific you think the current commission could do or the commission next term could do to help facilitate that?
Well, I think it's happening, and I think you just have to support the entire staff. We got a great staff, we got some great employees, and so you just support them. And you got to go out in the community and meet with folks and get their input and hear what they're saying, because they're average folks just like you. And that's why I have these annual events. And like I said, on January 14th, my Chew and Chat, we bring everybody together, black, white, young, old, rich, poor, community leaders, to let you know. Matter of fact, I called and talked to Judge Sims right before I came over here. He's recently retired, and he answered the phone. Mm-hmm. So it's just relationship that we built with these judges and the other commissioners and community leaders. They want to hear from you, and they need to see you, and I want to see events happen where they're out in the community, engaged in the public, and building relationships. You know, listen, I may go back, the NAACP needs some help and relationships over there, and so I may go back and you know, I was president before, and so I may go back and look to be a part of that again, you know, but entertainment is going to be the focus going forward. It's a lot happening with our amphitheater, our centralplex, our auditorium, a lot of stuff happening. I want to be a part of it.
You got just under a minute left. Any final thoughts you'd like to leave folks with?
Well, the thing I would say is, you know, COVID has done a job in 2020. It was the worst year that I experienced as a commissioner. I lost my mom, I lost my aunt, we lost some great folks. 2023 was very, very good to me. I've been able to accomplish a lot as a commissioner, but I would just say to the public, you know, we appreciate you. You've done a great, great thing here in this community. You can support this mayor, you can support this commission. You don't always have to get along, and you can disagree, but if you work on those things that you agree upon, you can get stuff done in the community. All right. And how long you gonna be mad?
Well, we appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you back here next time for Central Georgia Focus.